We are in Taghazout, Morocco. I'm Scott. You're Madalena.
I'm Magda.
Magda.
Nice
to meet you. And this is Sundesk.
Yes, exactly.
So basically what happens at Sundesk?
Well, Sundesk is a co-working and co-living space. So people can come here and work from Sundesk. There's a fully equipped office as well as accommodation. So we have single and double rooms and as well shared rooms. And the guests can stay with us as well.
And the weather here is always perfect?
Yeah, we have more than 350 sunny days, I think even. Yes, it's always perfect.
Nice. So in England, or where are you from?
I'm German.
German. So
yes.
In Germany, in October, November, January, February, December, when it's terrible weather, cold, you can come down here and do your work.
Exactly, that's the idea. It's an annual migration, like the birds.
Like the birds.
To Morocco.
How long have you been running Sundeck here?
For 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what gave you the idea to open it?
Well, I studied hotel management originally and I worked in hotels all my life. And then I decided to top up my studies with an online university. I joined an online university and I could do this from Taghazout.
Oh, okay.
And I really enjoyed studying here because I could go for a swim or for a surf. And yeah, it's a beautiful surrounding, it's sunny. But I was struggling a lot with the internet connection. And well, if you've been to Morocco once, you know, you might have noticed that the streets are kind of busy. When you sit in a restaurant, it's difficult to find a quiet space.
It's a polite way of saying a lot of people come up with stuff to sell you.
Exactly, exactly. And anyway, the level of noise is really loud. Yeah, I thought about opening a co-working space to make it easier for people who come here to study or to focus on their work.
Nice.
And then at the same time, I thought about combining it with some rooms, because that's a very easy package. If I want to go and travel and work at the same time, it's great to have like a setup where you don't have to think about the accommodation and so on.
Right. Yeah, and I can attest to that. I've been here the last 2 days and the facilities are wonderful and it's clean and everything works. And I've been to other parts of Morocco where I can't quite say that.
Thank you. Yes, yeah. It's sometimes I'm doing jokes. It's the German embassy, but yeah, well, of course the standards are pretty high. Yeah, well, we try to.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place, and it's clean, it's quiet, it works. It was really enjoyable the last 2 days for me to be here. Actually, I really appreciate it. I felt so much more productive than I have in the last 2 weeks in Morocco.
Oh, nice! Thank you. I appreciate it.
Uploading something was like 10 minutes, not 4 hours. It was great. So, how did you get a fast internet here?
Well, this
is, I know, a trade secret, but
yes. Well, now we are actually pretty lucky because fiber reached Taghazout. So, because of big demand, Morocco Telecom decided to create the infrastructure to give us fiber internet. But well, I think it was a work of plenty of people, but from my part, I basically annoyed the technical office of Morocco Telecom quite a lot. I found out where they are based because the sales department didn't want to sell good internet. So I found out where they are based and I literally went there maybe now more than 30 times or something.
Wow.
I really stressed them out to bring the fiber connection. And before, we started actually with 10 Mbps download and 0.5 upload or something.
The upload is awful.
Yes. And we just to get this was like a struggle of 1 month. and we were the first ones in Taghazout to get that speed. And yeah, now we even have fiber. So yeah, it was kind of work, but Morocco Telecom is great. They helped us. And,
oh, good. So Morocco is a Muslim country, which they always have, the stereotype is, women stay in the home and that sort of thing. So how was it starting a business here as a blonde German female in Morocco? I'm really curious about that. Like, how did you feel that you were treated? And
well, I have to say that in reality, I think women have a way more powerful role than it's showed to the outside or to the media. You have to understand or go deep into Moroccan society, and then you're going to discover that the women are actually the bosses in the house. So and the men just
do what they're told.
Exactly, fulfill the needs of the women. No, but they're really strong, and yeah, I think even 40% of women work in Morocco. That's quite a high number.
Right.
And in the administration and in the private sector, you find women everywhere. It's like 50-50. I deal a lot with women actually here.
Oh,
so
good.
that was quite okay. I think the fact that I'm a woman just played a role with renovation, because then that's a man's business.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to renovate this entire house, and dealing with the workers was quite difficult, because they are not used to women telling them what to do. As well, I like to work, I like to build, so I can do many things as well, and that was kind of difficult sometimes. I think for my workers, they were a little bit scared, because yeah, I can fix a toilet as well. That's not a problem for me. So that was scary for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I know a number of women that are here that are traveling alone.
Yes.
And they're loving it. So for the people back home, like I talked to a friend of mine in the States who has only ever been in Toronto, Canada, outside of the United States. And he said even that scared him, leaving the United States.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So we get into these comfort zones where we're very comfortable, like being in our community or even in our state or province, and it can be scary to leave.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So I want to talk to those people that are in North America, that are my friends in Canada and the United States, or even in Europe, that are like, I'll go to Hawaii for a vacation, or I'll go to southern Italy for a vacation, but go to Africa? Are you kidding me? Like Ebola and Muslim uprisings and all this dangerous lions. So I'd like you to talk to the safety of Morocco.
Well, Morocco is extremely safe. It's a really extremely safe country. It's a country which you can travel easily. The worst thing which can happen here is that there are some pickpockets. But that's really the worst. There are really no attacks or kidnapping or something like this. There are no guns here. This is really forbidden in Morocco. There's an absolute control over that. So yeah, it's really safe. It doesn't seem, because yeah, it's a Muslim country and it's in Africa, but the country itself invests so much money in tourism that they really created a wonderful infrastructure. I feel 100% safe here. And concerning the traveling, if you don't need to be scared to leave the comfort zone. And I think even in other countries, if you just act as you would act at home, so don't go with strangers.
Right.
Avoid hitchhiking with a man as a woman. And things like that, then you're on a really safe side. As well, traveling as a single woman, a man definitely approached to me. Like here, if I just go to the next village, people will definitely try to get in contact with me. Man, that's like kind of macho thing here. It's like you have to do it all the time, like oh, hello, hee hee. That means nothing, and just ignore it.
Right.
That's what I tell my guests. If you're annoyed by it, just ignore. Forget about your politeness. It's part of the culture. The man will approach to 100 women, and it doesn't break their heart if you're unpolite. So.
Unlike the men in North America, when they approach two women and they both say no, feel devastated and don't come out of their apartment for a month.
Exactly. No, this is not the case here. It's really big part of the culture, and the good thing is they won't. If you say no, then they usually accept it.
Right.
So it's not that they're
not impolite or hostile.
No. Well, sometimes they're of course a bit heartbroken and say like, oh, this is mean now or something like this, but
right.
Just ignore it. That's it.
Cool. So we're in Taghazout, which is about 30 minutes north of Agadir. And Agadir is a fairly large city. What are some of the things around Taghazout that you really like and enjoy?
To do in Taghazout?
Yeah, while you're living here.
Well, what I really enjoy is the beach, actually. We have a wonderful beach. It's
just
5
over
kilometers.
There. That's the one, right?
Exactly, that's the one.
We'll show a picture.
And there are some surf spots. And you can
So you're a surfer?
Well, I pretend to be one, but actually I'm not really good. But I do surf, yeah. And you can go for a run. I love that beach for running and for some workout or just to chill.
Right. There's lots of really nice coffee shops and restaurants, I noticed.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Some really good ones. I call it the suburb because just the next point has about like 5 or 10 houses on it.
Yes.
So I call it the suburb. And I love walking there in the morning and then it's just sitting and the rocks incline like about this much and I just sit there and I watch the waves come. And sometimes I wonder if there's going to be a wave that can come and get me. And a couple times yesterday there was a couple that came like I was on the other side of a big rock and it actually came over the rock. I thought, wow, that was really cool, right?
Yes.
But being close to the ocean is just amazing.
Yeah, totally. Yes, and Taghazout is just very, very relaxed little village. It's good if you're seeking for some calm moments and just to relax.
Right.
Without distraction.
Yeah, it's a quiet place. It's not a place you come to if you want to disco all night or something like that.
Yes, yeah, we don't have that. Now we have a bar, that's new.
Oh, okay.
Where you can drink a beer. But yeah, that's...
So that actually brings up an interesting question. Morocco is not like incredibly strict on alcohol.
No.
Like in Agadir, there's a number of bars where you can go and get a beer if you want.
Yeah, and nightclubs and everything. Yes,
right.
Yeah.
So it's not not unfriendly that way.
No, not at all. There's lots of Western influence here as well, and Moroccans like to celebrate too. So no, it's really. Yeah, it's not such a big difference. It's not a very strict Muslim country. No, it's a very liberal one.
Great. So is there anything else you'd like to say about Sundesk before we wrap this up?
Well, yeah, come over and visit Sundesk.
Come and enjoy it. So what's your website?
It's sundesk.com.
Sundesk.com. Great, and you can book there and come down to Taghazout. Everyone will be happy to see you.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Nice, thank you, Scott.
Go to us, Lá vai puta suador, lá vai sita tuador, sapi gante go, sapi gante go, e pus na mulher trugou, e pus na mulher trugou, e pus na mulher trugou,